PDP governors on the state of the nation. In business news, customers tired of estimated billing, federal government wants discourse. On the foreign scene, Republicans impeach U.S. security chief over influx of illegal migrants. And in the world of sports, anti-doping agency refers Nigeria, Venezuela to sports arbitration courts. Now, the news in full. The federal government has backtracked on its earlier statement on the legal aspect of the enhanced trade and investment partnership signed with the United Kingdom. This development comes after criticism from Nigerians over the nature of the Memorandum of Understanding signed with the UK. The Nigerian Minister for Trade and Investment, Doris Uzoka Anite, in a statement on her X handle, retracted her earlier statement, emphasizing that there was no such legal agreement between Nigeria and the UK. The minister reiterated that Nigeria does not have a mutual recognition agreement with the UK and made no commitment under the MOU or elsewhere to allow UK licensed lawyers practice in Nigeria. On Tuesday, a statement by the UK's Department of Business and Trade and a tweet from Nigeria's Minister of Trade and Investment disclosed that Nigeria was signing a deal to remove barriers preventing UK lawyers from practicing international law in Nigeria. Now, governors of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, have described the rising cost of living in the nation as worrisome. They met at the Oyo Governor's Lodge in Asokoro, Abuja, during which they addressed the economic security challenges in the country. The governors called on security agencies to tackle the growing insecurity in the country, urging the federal government to address the decline in value of the naira. Former PDP Vice Chairman South Emmanuel Ogidi implored the government to tackle hunger, expressing discontent about the way the APC government is going about the hunger crisis in the country. According to him, the best way to curb devaluation of naira is to curb inflation. Finally, he appealed to Nigerians to exercise patience and to put in more efforts in the various endeavors, as that is the only way forward. In another story, the Jigawa Pilgrims Welfare Board said no fewer than 1,200 intending pilgrims in the state have made full payment of the 4.69 million naira fare for the 2024 Hajj. The board's public relations officer, Alhaji Muritala Usman, made this known to newsmen in Dutse. Usman said the board was allocated a total of 1,518 slots by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria for the 2024 Hajj, out of which 1,200 intending pilgrims made full payments. According to him, the board is making efforts to ensure seamless exercise by improving on its previous operations. Usman added that the orientation program for the intending pilgrims had commenced to prepare them for the proper conduct of the Hajj exercise in accordance with the teachings of Islam. The training focuses on obligations, tenets, and cardinal principles of the Hajj, thereby giving the intending pilgrims the opportunity to know proper and acceptable Hajj rites. We'll take a short break now. When we come back, we'll bring you business news. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Biscon TV News. Now to business news. Electricity consumers do not want to pay on the basis of estimated bills. Rather, they want to pay for what they consume and should be provided meters in order to achieve this, the federal government told power distribution companies on Tuesday. It disclosed this through the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission during a meeting with investors and owners of discos in the Nigerian electricity supply industry in Lagos State. The lack of adequate meters has remained an issue in the power sector, as power distributors are still finding it tough to meet consumers in the various franchise areas, hence have resorted to overbilling end users by issuing estimated bills. Power distribution companies overbilled about 7.1 million unmetered electricity consumers between January and September 2023. The NERC chairman, Sanusi Garba, while explaining the key role of metering in addressing some of the challenges in the Nigeria electricity supply industry. NESI was quoted as saying, "Metering is an issue. Without metering, the issue of liquidity will not be resolved." The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC) stressed that the billing of unmetered customers by the power firms in their various franchise areas for 2023 revealed non-compliance with the monthly energy caps issued by the Commission. The amount is continued until the customer is metered by the distribution company, according to NERC's order to the power firms. You're watching Biscon TV News. Coming up next is foreign news. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Biscon TV News. Now to foreign news. Republicans in the United States House of Representatives moved to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. The lawmakers claimed Mayorkas has been responsible for a record influx of illegal migrants crossing the U.S.-Mexico border in the past year. According to Voice of America, the vote was 214 to 213 to impeach, but 3 Republicans sided with the Democrats against it. It reported that hardline conservative Republicans have targeted Mayorkas for months, but failed by a single vote last week to impeach him when 3 House Republicans voted against the effort. It added that the House party leaders failed to realize that one Democratic lawmaker opposed to the impeachment would show up to vote even though he had been hospitalized awaiting surgery. Mayorkas became only the second cabinet member in U.S. history to be impeached after Secretary of War William Belknap in 1876. The impeachment of Mayorkas, the political equivalent of an indictment, could prove to be a symbolic victory for his Republican critics, who are looking, as the November elections approach, to attack Democratic President Joe Biden and Democratic lawmakers for the chaos at the U.S. southern border. Republicans calling for his impeachment say he has violated immigration laws by not detaining enough migrants at the border and by implementing a humanitarian parole program that has allowed people into the country who wouldn't otherwise qualify to enter. They also allege that he has lied to Congress when he claimed that the border is secure. You're watching Biscon TV News. Coming up next is sports news. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now to the world of sports. The World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, said on Tuesday it has referred Nigeria and Venezuela to the Court of Arbitration for Sports over alleged non-compliance of their anti-doping agencies with WADA rules. World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, said it filed last week 2 separate requests for arbitration with the Court of Arbitration for Sports for the 2 cases. The 2 national agencies were sanctioned in November for not addressing what the Montreal-based doping watchdog said were several critical requirements to their anti-doping programs. That resulted in them losing their rights within the organization, no longer being permitted to host major sporting events, and a ban on their flags being presented during major competitions, including the Olympic Games, as long as they did not meet WADA's conditions. Both national agencies have disputed the claims against them, as well as the proposed penalties. The sanctions against them are effectively suspended until the Court of Arbitration makes its rulings. We'll take another short break. When we come back, we'll bring you entertainment news. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now to entertainment news. Comedian and human rights activist Mr. Macaroni has reacted to the video of Davido's aide Lati assaulting fans for coming close to the artist. Recall that videos were shared online where Davido was walking with his crew members while fans tried to get closer to take pictures. However, one of his aides, Lati, was seen slapping fans who tried getting closer to the artist. Reacting to the incident, Mr. Macaroni condemned the act, describing it as dehumanizing. According to him, it was needless to assault fans who tried to take pictures with their favorite artist. He further advised fans who tried to take pictures of celebrities to seek permission before doing so. And that's the news for now on Biscon Television, compiled and produced by Olapeju Ajidaba. Now the last line. Mahatma Gandhi said, "It's easy to stand in the crowd, but it takes courage to stand alone." I'm Stella Opera. Thank you for staying with us.
Life and the further enjoyment of life. 80 is something that this is the time you can enjoy your grandchildren. And when Lola mentioned that your grandchildren come first, I don't think that anybody understands what you are referring to. That our grandchildren are the ones that are not coming to our life. Thank God, they have loving children, to enjoy the good health, and happy.
If I start to make remarks individually, I'll definitely spill the beans on so many people. When we go backwards, from the Bolshevik street, when some of us used to wear short dinner, we go after the chief. And some of them when we go clubbing. But I will not spill the beans. There's not much to say other than I want to thank all of you that have spent your time today, Friday, working day. I know how many millions you would have lost, but I'm sure you didn't lose that money because God will still anything. Spend the time to come here to rejoice with me as you tap into my age. Those of you who are still young, just like I'm tapping into the age of the other ones, the elders like the Namachiku and Uncle Tom and today here, I am also tapping into theirs. If you are tapping into mine, God will surely answer your prayer. Amen. I don't know how plenty about is old, but I think it's something. So, you're older than everybody here. Hello. And we need to rock this Lagos too. The person missing amongst us is Matthew Salomi, because we were rocking to Lagos in those days. Uncle Tom was busy with the MDC of so he was good. He was good then. I thank all of you to have taken time to come and celebrate with me. It's a thing of joy. I want to continue to protect and guide you. God will see you through. Unfortunately, some of my best friends are not available here. Our big uncle, Alamu granddaughters, since his demise, I have not been the same different because I don't have anybody in London to assist with or dance with or go around with. But I'm sure his soul is there with us. Also, Professor Timmy fine gentleman, one you can trust, one whose name is here. And then also one of my finest barmen in the Navy, one of the finest officers Nigeria produced. But you know, Abacha Goons dealt with him, and he dealt with them before he was gone down. Admiral Elebede, whose wife is here with us. So when we have parties in the same house, he used to be my barman. He brings the orange juice to mix it with the champagne. That was his own duty. Here is Mr. Elebede. You all know what happened. So was Bagada when he was gone down. That was the finest gentleman of the Navy we had. They are so rest in peace. Amen. I thank all of you, President Jan. Please pardon me if I have not met your expectation, but I was forced to sit down. I was asked not to make any move. So I couldn't render that personal service to all of you. And you know, our elder sister too, we fight every day, we disagree every day, but if you come between us, you have the problem, not me or him. You are the one that has the problem when you come in between us. Mr. Nengitare. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, the Bayelsa, all subsidiary government, Bayelsa government have not recognized her. She was one of the founding fathers of Bayelsa State. Her input, despite Abacha wanted to create the state, she was in the committee. They didn't know she was an Ijaw woman. They thought she was a Yoruba woman. And she did everything. Because you know, at the very Cairo, they don't know about the Nengi. She was in the committee with He was favorable to us in the committee. That's how Bayelsa State recommendation came through her committee. But all subsequent governments have not recognized her. And please tell our government, our governors, to she's not looking for contract or anything, for recognition. To say thank you is key. Now you all know. So thank you so very much. It's not the end of the party yet. Because when we become dinner, we'll move into the house. As usual. Thank you so very much for coming. Akot is there. Akot and the wife are preparing for Bayelsa precisely second week or third week of April to do the Bayelsa knockout. That's the big one. That also will announce my 90% retiring to Bayelsa State. Wow. I'll say to you 90% of my life will be spent in Bayelsa State so that I can pay back some of the dues before they take it from me what they have taken. Thank you so very much.
Have you ever inside the house? Yeah. Come inside, alright. You see where we are. Why don't you come? Oh, yeah, I don't see us. I think I don't go there. We are coming.
You are right, that was
don't block his view. He's not seeing. Emma, go by. Yeah. To have fantastic chairman, the chairman of chairman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to stand on existing protocol. On behalf of Sovereign Constitutions PLC, the board, management and staff of the Great Underwriting Company, we present this token to our pioneer chairman, the man who has given a lot of family hope, who has provided bread and water to a lot of families across the nation. We do not take you for granted. Today is the day that we celebrate you. I will celebrate you from the bottom of my heart. So on behalf of the executive management of Sovereign Constitutions PLC, we present this to you, the one we call F. It is high-end FM 5 Saludi. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much for all you've done in time past and for all you've been doing. It's so much love, sir. Thank you. That will be
Thank you. I want to thank the management and staff of Sovereign Trust Insurance PLC, and especially the co-founder or co-founding father of Sovereign Trust, Mr. I want to recognize Mr. Shemu Ajayi, who, how old is Sovereign Trust now? 25? 28 years ago, we formed the insurance company we took over from Lawson Corporation. Hey, let me see what I'm doing. And in my living room here, on that dining table, Mr. Jaya and I put us together with 20 million capital here from the famous Torrington Insurance Company in this same house. And we've come a long way. Fortunately, I had to retire and he took over the running of the place, and we are still struggling. But I also want to say, I'm not being tribalistic now. The financial sector is more of a Yoruba thing, both banking and insurance. But you have two stubborn Bayelsans, very stubborn Bayelsans. Only two of us are in insurance. His Majesty, the Biscon Tv, and Ibrahim Balodi will still work in the insurance industry. And we are still growing. I want to thank all of you, the management and staff, who have recognized me at my own age. I'm sure the good things we are doing, we continue doing them. You all know that the leg is paining, the waist is paining, the shoulder is weaker. The nutshell, the body is weak, but the spirit is willing. It's now for you to look after the Palodi. I've done my own thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
The Majesty, sir. The birthday icon. We cannot celebrate you enough. An 80-year-old who is so, how do they put it, in the colloquial way, right on point. Okay. All the things that you say,
December 20th is your day.
my God, please, after 70 years minus 3 weeks, my God, please. And he has already promised me, and I know that he's spoken the mind of all our big brothers and fathers here. And he's going to give me a special one. After we want to also celebrate their future and David person. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what God will do for people like you. It is longevity in extra terms. If you are good, God pays you back with longevity. And that's what we're saying here. At 80, they're not looking at it. If you believe in your hands, please together for him again. Before I went on the trip that I was telling him about, which came out, which wasn't planning for, I was watching what we did yesterday. Were you able to see a bit of it?
Yes.
God, it was wonderful. People like you. Because you said, you know, people pray. If you don't put it inside your God, may God bless you for us. You remember anywhere, you know, what did you talk yesterday? That's what I said to you. He said, I can't see more years. I put 5 years more. May God bless you, sir. Your hands please together for him again, ladies and gentlemen. But let me say this. You know, if we're still on today, it's because of people like this. Whatever we do, in fact, all we make mistakes, they look for excuses for us. So POS on Monday, please don't miss it. Biscon TV is also on. That one is even on your YouTube as we speak. Please watch it. It is all for him. It is all for you because you are doing more than that. May God bless you, sir. Thank you.
Your Excellency, very, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on, please.
We are playing part 1 of this program.
Hold on. No, hold on. Some of you might be wondering, and please do not waste your energy to gossip or wonder. My better half, I'm sure a lot of you have not seen her, and some of you will be wondering why she's not here. She's in the US, and everything that has happened here, she had organized everything, what whatever you are seeing here today, whatever you are seeing in this premises, was organized by her from where she is. She's monitoring it. She's not sleeping in America. She's still monitoring as we speak here. And she has been screaming at him to sit down and just relax. Let everything happen. I want you on my behalf, please say hello to her and greet her for me. Her name is Barrister Mrs. Wendy Ogoma Beleye Balogi Spirit. Thank you.
This is Wendy
Balogi. Your Excellency Ambassadors, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's had a wonderful evening thus far. I would thank God Almighty for making that possible. Ephraim, you shut the door of a generation, a group in Port Harcourt, burying one after the other. That door will remain shut for a very, very long time. And those of you who are aspiring to be 80, may the Almighty God make that possible. And those who are wishing that God will bless them the way the blessed is blessed. Our celebrant today, may that happen to you in Jesus' mighty name. And as you return home, if you're not coming to the next phase of the party, go home safely. And those of us who remain will also get themselves. In Jesus' mighty name. Thank you. Enjoy yourself. And God bless you. Thank you. And thank you. And thank you, Lord.
And we are taking the personal to all the way from you may
Baby,
Yoruba tradition has it that Ile-Ife in Osun State is where Olodumare started the creation of the world. It represents the beginning of life, the birthplace of civilization, the embodiment of all that we see or feel. Osun is the ancestral home of the Yoruba race, whether home or abroad. It is the central and most important location of this morally rich, culturally sound, and highly sophisticated race in the world. Osun represents the spiritual, the physical, and the technological. Osun State is naturally endowed with an estimated population of about 6 million. Osun State is blessed with fertile soil. Agriculture is the mainstay. Cocoa, cassava, millet, maize, potato, and yam are the major crops, amongst others. Artisanal mining and livestock herding are other key industries. Osogbo, the capital, is on the railway line from Lagos to Kano. Osun is home to famous landmarks in Nigeria, including the campus of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, a preeminent institution of higher learning, and many more acclaimed institutions of education. Osun State is noted for having the second highest literacy rate in Nigeria. Christians, Muslims, and traditionalists exist and live together in peace in Osun State, the cradle of Yoruba civilization. Osun, one of the traditional deities of the Yoruba people, annually attracts adherents and non-adherents from all over the world to the Osun Osogbo Festival in August. Visitors include nationals of Brazil, Cuba, Trinidad, Grenada. Osun Osogbo Grove, the shrine of the annual rites, was declared a World Heritage Site in 2005. Osun State is home to tourists based on its rich history and cultural base of Yoruba. Osun State is blessed with mineral resources like gold, granite, columbite, talc, tantalite, and tourmaline, all in large quantities. Osun State is well positioned and poised for the future. Osun State, the state of the living springs, welcomes investors and visitors.
As the Biscon Latino Show, BOS, the globally acknowledged leading brand in the cutting-edge, inimitable production of groundbreaking events dating back many decades, prepares to celebrate its Silver Jubilee anniversary. It's time to blow our own trumpet resoundingly, stating the qualities that have continued to endear the BOS brand to all our fans across and beyond Nigeria. In the last 25 years, the Biscon Latino Show, BOS, which is the longest-running general interest magazine program on television in Nigeria, has covered and broadcasted events of social, economic, corporate, political, and entertainment values every week unfailingly. With iconic events dating back many decades captured for posterity, BOS honors those living and immortalizes the dead everlastingly. The Biscon Latino Show, BOS, proudly boasts of being one of the broadcast outfits with the richest library of archives of past events. The Biscon Latino Show's awesome archive of iconic events parade the coverage of convocations of universities, coronations of traditional rulers, inaugurations of state governors in Nigeria, the inaugurations of Nigerian presidents, and President Barack Obama of the United States of America. 2010 World Cup in South Africa, covered by the ubiquitous Biscon Latino Show, BOS. BOS was also at the inauguration of the Alake of Egbaland 16 years ago, Oba of Benin 8 years ago, Oni of Ife, Ulu of Warri, and many more. As for the birthday, anniversary, and weddings of the high and mighty in the society, the BOS archives is replete with very exciting pan and beyond Nigerian super coverages. As for the festivals like Calabar Carnival, Ujude Oba Festival of the Ijebus, Lishabi Festival of the Egbas of Ogun State, and others, the Biscon Latino Show BOS simply is the toast of all. The corporate concerns, the banks, telecommunication companies, and other business concerns have made BOS their prime choice over the years. The newspapers, state governments would rather the almighty Biscon Latino Show give the coverage of their awards our inimitable packaging as exemplified by what we have in the awesome BOS archives. The Biscon Show, BOS, is the preferred choice of state governments in the propagation and publicity of their programs to their different constituents in different states, because the Biscon Show is the #1 program they've all been watching religiously in the last 25 years. In fact, the Biscon Show, BOS, commissioned to provide a comprehensive nationwide campaign program for President Goodluck Jonathan, President Muhammadu Buhari, and President Bola Tinubu, which took the BOS team around the country campaigning for votes for the candidates at the time. The Biscon Show, BOS, was also involved in rigorous campaign for Governor Duoye Diri of Bayelsa State, Senator Hope Uzodinma of Imo State, and Governor Gboyega Oyetola of Osun State. Incidentally, these were all clients of BOS from the two different political parties, APC and PDP. Also, in the very rich archives of BOS, with events that span over 25 years, is the one where BOS paid an everlasting honor to immortalize Nigeria's First Lady of all times, Mrs. Stella Obasanjo, who died 19 years ago. The Biscon Show, BOS, the first and the best, still remains on the very top of our game.
Here is the breaking news of the moment. Biscon TV, the most exciting 24-hour general interest television station, parading cutting-edge programs in news, sports, politics, business, foreign news, fashion and style, entertainment and lifestyle programs, Biscon movies and more, has been moved to channel 144 on GoTV. Our programs begin daily with Biscon Breakfast Bubble (BBB), featuring newspaper review and interviews on trending issues. Biscon Roundtable is our daily discussion program on essential tips on life and living. Biscon TV broadcasts news 7 times daily from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Biscon TV can be watched in all parts of the country now on GoTV channel 144 and live streaming on Biscon TV on YouTube. Biscon TV live streaming on YouTube is the fastest growing, most watched 24-hour live streaming channel on YouTube. Remember, Biscon TV has been moved from channel 108 to channel 144 on GoTV. Biscon TV, interactive, engaging, and unconventional.
Thank you for joining us again on the News Hour on Biscon Television. I'm Stella Opara. In the news, Tinubu jets off to Ethiopia on Thursday for AU Summit. Diri takes oath of office for second term. In business news, FIRS assures businesses of friendly tax policies. On the foreign scene, Russian landing ship Caesar Kunikov sunk off Crimea, says Ukraine. And in the weather sports, Okocha joins Ronaldinho, Claude Makelele in PSG Legends Qatar Tour. Now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu will on Thursday depart Abuja for Addis Ababa, the Ethiopian capital, to participate in the 37th ordinary session of the Assembly of the African Union Heads of States and Governments. The president will join other African leaders in high-level meetings on institutional reforms of the African Union, peace and security. Tinubu's special advisor on media and publicity, Ajurin Gelale, disclosed in a statement on Wednesday. The statement is titled President Tinubu to attend 37th AU Summit in Addis Ababa. Tinubu is expected to discuss specific thematic issues such as climate change and modalities of the AU's participation and priorities in the G20. This year's summit is themed Educate an African Fit for the 21st Century, Building Resilience, Education Systems for Increased Access to Inclusive, Lifelong, Quality and Relevant Learning in Africa. On the sidelines of the session, Tinubu will also attend an extraordinary summit of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of ECOWAS in his capacity as the chairman of the regional body. Now, the governor of Bayelsa State, Joe Diri, and his deputy, Lawrence Erujapo, has been sworn in for a second term in office. The oath of office and allegiance was administered by the state chief judge, Justice Matilda Ayemieye. While reeling out the achievements of his administration in the last 4 years, the newly sworn-in governor, in his acceptance speech, announced the development of a comprehensive and ambitious 10-year economic plan that will give citizens a more active and direct role in shaping and participating in the growth of the state's economy.
In our first term in office, we made solemn promise to pursue a path of love, reconciliation, unity, peace, and security, because we understand it best. It best serves our quest to ensure prosperity for all Bayelsans. As we embark on this second term journey, let me earnestly assure you that our commitment to the progress and advancement of Bayelsa remains the same and steadfast. Your unwavering support and faith in our vision for a better Bayelsa fuels our determination to continue working tirelessly for our collective welfare and development. Whereas we achieved remarkable milestones in various sectors during our first term, we also recognize that there is still more to be done. Indeed, we can say with humility that in the last 4 years, we did not merely count the years, we have made the years to truly count.
In another development, men suspected to be operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission were said to have carried out a midnight operation at the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Ondo State. Students' lodges were reportedly invaded at about 2 a.m. Some students have taken to social media, sharing videos and alleging that the men broke into rooms and arrested some students. Videos circulating on social media show broken window frames from what is believed to be an attempt at forced entry. The chairman of the EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, had in November ordered that sting operations at night be stopped. Now, the Minister, Federal Capital Territory Administration, Nyesom Wike, has put a 20 million naira bounty on 2 wanted kidnappers, Dahiru Adamu and Abu Ibrahim, who has allegedly been terrorizing the nation's capital. This was as he ordered police officers to fish out the kidnappers, dead or alive. He stated this on Wednesday when he met the EFCT Commissioner of Police, Bennett Igwe, during a parade of 23 criminal suspects at the FCT Police Command Headquarters, Garki, Abuja. He noted that his administration will not give criminals breathing space, just as they've not been giving FCT residents breathing space. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll bring you business news. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Biscon TV News. Now to business news. The Federal Inland Revenue Service has assured businesses in the country of a friendly tax administration. The Executive Chairman of FIRS, Dr. Zach Adedeji, disclosed this when he hosted the management team of MTN Nigeria, led by its Chief Executive Officer, Carl Toriola, in Abuja recently. Adedeji stated the agency is resolved to create an environment for business growth by removing every obstacle in the way of corporate entities, in line with the directive of President Bola Tinubu. President Bola Tinubu had in September approved the appointment of Zach Adedeji as the acting executive chairman of FIRS. The FIRS chairman further explained that the ongoing restructuring at the agency had led to the creation of a one-stop shop for taxpayers according to their turnover thresholds. He added that it was part of measures aimed at easing the payment of taxes in the country. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll bring you foreign news. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Biscon Television News. Now to foreign news. A big Russian amphibious ship, the Caesar Kunikov, has been sunk off the coast of Russian-occupied Crimea, according to Ukraine's armed forces. Powerful explosions were heard early on Wednesday, according to local social media, which suggested the landing ship was hit south of the town of Yalta. Ukraine's intelligence directorate released a video of what it said were Magura V-5C drones striking the ship. Ukraine has repeatedly hit Russia's Black Sea fleet in occupied Crimea. Satellite images last year showed much of the fleet had left the peninsula for the Russian Black Sea port of Novorossiysk. Ahead of the NATO ministerial meeting in Brussels, the Secretary General of the Western Defensive Alliance, Jens Stoltenberg, said Ukrainian forces had won a great victory in recent months, inflicting heavy losses on the Black Sea fleet that had opened a corridor for Ukrainian grain exports. Russia's full-scale war in Ukraine is due to enter its third year next week, and Ukraine's armed forces chief has admitted the situation is extremely complex and tense. Alexander Syrsky, who was appointed commander-in-chief last week, visited the front line on Wednesday and promised that units trying to prevent Russian troops from capturing the flashpoint town of Avdiivka would be reinforced. Avdiivka is almost empty and all but surrounded by Russian forces, and one of the soldiers defending it said earlier that the situation there was critical. You're still watching Biscon TV News. We'll take another break to bring you sports news. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now to the weather sports. Former Super Eagles midfielder JJ Okocha has joined other ex-PSG stars like Claude Makelele, Pedro Miguel Pauleta, Ronaldinho, Ludovic Gioli, Claude Makelele, Javier Pastore, Didier Domi, and Nene for their tour of Qatar. Okocha made a name for himself playing for PSG between 1998 and 2002. He joined the club for 12.4 million euros and he registered 20 goals and 9 assists in 113 appearances. Eventually, he left the club for Bolton on a free transfer in 2002. When Okocha was at PSG, they were just a mid-table side in the League One. The clubs dominating at the time were Lyon and Olympique Marseille. However, the club has grown tremendously since 2011 after the Qatari takeover. Okocha was known for his impressive ability on the ball in his days. He's one of the best dribbles that Nigeria has produced. Coming up next is entertainment news. We'll bring you details shortly. Welcome back to Biscon TV News. Now to entertainment news. Controversial actor and acclaimed pastor Yul Edochie has responded to the series of backlash he received after his prophecy on Super Eagles winning 2023 AFCON failed. Newsmen reported that Yul, before the match on Sunday, predicted that the Super Eagles would defeat Ivory Coast in the final. In a post on his Instagram page, he said the game will not get a penalty shootout. Nigeria will comfortably defeat the Ivory Coast. However, the Super Eagles suffered a 2-1 defeat to Ivory Coast. Following the loss, Nigerians on social media took to Yor's page to express their disappointment and labeled his prophecy as fake. Responding to the backlash, Yor, in a post on his page, said the Super Eagles getting to the finals was as good as winning. He thanked and commended them for a great performance in the tournament. And that's the news for now on Biscon Television. Compiled and produced by Adebisi Elegunde. Now the last line. Develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Stella Opara.
The holy matrimony between Lotachukwu Nneoma Ayogu Eze and Bidemi Bamidele Bangboye was solemnized on Saturday, February 10th, 2024, at the Redeemed Christian Church of God, City of David Parish, Victoria Island, Lagos. Lotachukwu Nneoma, a practicing legal practitioner and the daughter of Senator Ayogu Eze, a distinguished federal lawmaker representing Enugu North Senatorial District,